On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Saturday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side. So we have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in a Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. I have a rather interesting yet controversial video for share with you know at the end of the vlog. Controversial meaning many are gonna have them difference of opinion. But as I've always stated, the laws of the land have nothing to do with your or my emotion. It have nothing to do with how we feel the law should go or how we even look upon it in our own way. The law is just a law and it in a black and white, and until we can sit down with your favorite politicians and ask them to amend certain laws or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. And people always say, boy, only in a Jamaica them thing I can go on. Rubbish. It happens in your most favorite first world country also. But we're going to get into it shortly. But anyway, I'm going to kick it off over there with some international stories. So the criminal element, we did knock it and clap it for Ricky Trooper daughter, leaving her lifeless, was found guilty of taking her life. Now the criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as a 43-year-old Derrick Francis, said to be of a Bronx, New York address. He was found guilty of murder in the 2023 fatal knockings and clappings of Brianna McCoy, that is Ricky Trooper's daughter. She said to be the mother of his child. So the court records shows that Brianna McCoy, age 23 at the time, was fatally taken out in a hail of bullets by the father of her child in front of their child. It took place at their Coachlight Square condominium complex in Bridgeport in Connecticut in the United States of America on April 6, 2023. And as I stated earlier, she was the daughter of reggae selector Ricky Trooper. So the criminal element, that's Derrick Francis, fled to a section of Ohio after the knockings and clappings go on. However, he was apprehended 2 days later by officers from the Salon Police Department who stopped a vehicle in which he was a passenger because they had an arrest warrant for the driver, and that is stated in the court's records. So the criminal element, Derrick Francis, attempted to flee the police during the traffic stop, but was captured after a short foot chase. So officers reportedly found a gun under the passenger's seat, and the Connecticut Forensic Science Laboratory later determined it was the same firearm we used and slapped with Ricky Trooper daughter. So the judge them find him guilty because the judge them a say, boy, him no mad and him can't plea no insanity right around here, so because them run all available tests on him and see say he was in his right mind when him carry out the fatal knockings and clappings. So Derrick Francis, the criminal element presently on your screen right beside Ricky Trooper daughter right there, so faces a maximum of 60 years in prison when he's sentenced on June 5th of this year. Yeah, man. Saying away my peeps, back to local style. So in this morning's vlog, I made mention of a police stop and search of a bus in the vicinity of the St. Andrew Technical High School in the Kingston Western Police Division, which reportedly yielded a Ruger pistol from that stop and search. It is said that a 32-year-old suspect was taken into police custody. Well, me get the name for the criminal element to come from Seaview Gardens. Him come from phase 2 in a Seaview Gardens. And he has since been identified as Byron Bailey. Yeah, man. So I him, the police, them take off of the bus and take the Ruger 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 14 live 9mm rounds from him as he attempted to throw the bag through the bus window. Yeah, man. So as I stated this morning, right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Trust and believe that seizure saved some life. Yeah, man. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is still in the Kingston Western Police Division, where it is stated that 2 police officers and a civilian get caught up in the vicinity of the Denhamtown Police Station. And this is just to show how brazen these criminal elements are, because the knockings and clappings, they literally go on behind the police station. So 2 police officers and a female get caught up and seriously wounded during a confrontation with men along Water Street. Water Street runs behind the Denhamtown Police Station, and that go on in the wee hours of this morning. So it is reported that sometime around 2:30 a.m., police officers attached to the Denhamtown Police was on mobile patrol along Albert Street. Now, Albert Street is the next street we run behind the Denhamtown Police Station. So it is said that whilst on patrol, the police observed a man, and upon seeing them, the man ran onto a nearby property. Some of the officers pursued the man on foot onto Water Street, but lost sight of the man. And that is when the police stated that they saw several men with high-powered weapons, and they were reportedly seen walking along Water Street where a party was in progress. It is said that the police engaged the criminal elements in a knockings and clappings. May I tell you, say, the amount of can beat between the squad of them and the criminal them. May I tell you, it was a hell of a knockings and clappings, me get for you understand. We go on. So watch this now. After the smoke was clear and the battle kinda died down, subsided somewhat, it was discovered that 2 police officers get caught up and a 21-year-old female. It is said that both police officers get caught up in them hands, but it is said that it is not considered life-threatening, but still serious, because squad get caught in a man. The female will get caught up is said to have received fair caught-up wounds them to her back and also to her leg. 2 of the police service vehicle doors was reportedly damaged with bullets. So I'm pretty sure that Indicom and more so the JFJ feel more pleased somewhat when the squad of them get caught up, because them a say, boy, all the while the squad of them in a knockings and clappings, them never get caught up yet. But I guess that is not always the truth, because see it, yeah, 2 of them get caught up and the criminal element then win that time, yeah. But Officer Yeman Pick and team was immediately deployed to the Kingston Western Police Division by the Commissioner of Police himself. If you go seek after them boy there, because dirt settings have to be there order after day. Once you knock it and clap it on the squad of them, your day is numbered. Yeah, man. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Andrews South Police Division along a section known as Angola Pathway. Yeah, man. The police them slap with another criminal element round there and take a big chops off of him. Ongo 2 bullet alone the boy did have left in him chops. Yeah, man. So the criminal element in question has since been identified as 20-year-old Shamar Riley. It is said that Shamar Riley come from Rona, York Avenue in Kingston 11. He was taken out in a hail of bullets by the police during what the police describe as an armed confrontation. He was, however, transported to the Kingston Public Hospital after the smoke was clear and, of course, the battle was won by the squad of them. He was pronounced, you know what, at the hospital. The police stated that 1.45 pistol with a magazine containing 2 live .45 cartridges was seized from him dead body. So right there and then, as me always say, another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Yeah, man. So watch this now. We're gonna kick it go over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division, where the St. James Police Division was rocked with yet again another fatal knockings and clappings that took place along Barrett Street in St. James. Now the man in question, who was on the receiving end of them fatal wound in the wee hours of this morning, sometime around 1:40 a.m., is this brother here, presently on your screen, identified as 31-year-old Timoy Roach, said to be of a flanker's address in the parish. He was taken out in a hail of bullets by unknown assailants. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough, my peeps. The knockings and clappings continues. Now we are going to look upon the controversial video footage there that me I talk about. It involves another minor. It is said that members from the Latcher Scamming Task Force detained a minor who is said to be 12 years old. It is said that he was approached by the police. The police make him know some need for open him phone because them dep on a raid in the place and look for some scammers and thing. And he refused to open his phone. And he was detained for that pending further investigations. However, he was eventually released. Now we have a video footage with the boy's mother and also the boy speaking with another controversial figure said to be a liar. Now we're going to watch the video and hear from you down there in the comment section because it has been making rounds on social media and many of the ones them have a lot to say. And I said this already, I'm going to say it again. How you may feel about the law is not necessarily the law, nor how you may perceive it to be is not necessarily it. The law is just the law. No matter how you want to feel about it, it is just the law. So after I watch the video, I can drop some facts. And as I stated in a recent video that whilst it is good and okay for each and every one of us as Jamaicans, yard and abroad, to know our rights in our country, don't compare it with the first world country because the laws of Jamaica is totally different in some cases in the first world country, so you can't compare it with them. But whilst it is good for us to know our rights in our country, Jamaica, it would also be wise for us to know what the police and the soldiers can do lawfully under normal circumstances. And we also need to be aware of the fact that when a Zozo or a SOE drop in any parish or any particular area or community, that too also changes everything because that Zozo or SOE gives the security forces enhanced powers. So it shifts and changes everything, and we need to be cognizant of those facts. But anyway, my peeps, watch.
So, yesterday, this lady's son, who is 12 years old, right?
Yeah.
Was locked up by the lottery scam task force police officers who came to Trelawney and took her 12 years old son into custody, right? Now it is alleged that this 12-year-old was locked up because he refused to open his cell phone. Now, this is the young man. The police have now released him, but he has not been charged with any crime. But he has been released this morning, right? Young man, tell me what happened to you yesterday. Let me know what happened.
Yesterday, they put me on the ground.
Alright, then you said them put you on the ground. Tell me, who put you on the ground?
The police officer, he them pick up on the ground. Hold me ears and don't move till he tell me to get up.
So stop there. So where were you when this happened?
In the kitchen.
So you're in the kitchen and the police came there?
Yes.
And what the police said to you?
They tell me to open the phone.
Police said open the phone?
Yeah.
Did you open the phone?
No, because I never remember the password.
And what happened when you don't open the phone?
Then tell them to go up on the ground. And one of them, they threatened me, so them go beat me.
So did you go on the ground?
Yes.
And what happened when you went on the ground?
Yeah. They tell me to hold my ears.
To hold your ears?
Yes.
What do you mean by hold
Go
your
on my
ears?
elbow. And go on my elbow.
Talk louder, man. Talk louder.
They tell me to hold my ears and put me on my elbow.
So did you do that?
Yes.
How did it feel?
It feel hard and me tired.
Hmm?
It feel hard and me tired.
So how long you have your elbow for?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Holding your ears?
They are
Okay.
trying to tell me to get up.
Can you pick it up?
And then after,
Talk louder, man.
and then after I put me in a bus
Mm-hmm.
with some other man.
And
And
what
after they bring me come a Falmouth. And then they that question me.
Mm-hmm.
When my brother they gone.
So when you say question, what do you mean? Who was there when they were questioning you?
So one police officer.
Oh, so only police were in the bus with you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
12 years old.
You're 12 years old.
Yeah.
So, where them carry you go? After you leave in the bus?
Then bring me come a Falmouth first.
Which part of Falmouth?
Falmouth police station.
Oh, yeah.
And then after, then we go bring me to Stuart Town.
Stuart Town?
Stuart Town police station to put me in a jail cell.
I put in a jail cell?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So, tell me about the jail cell where them put you in.
In the deep cool and in the deep smell bad.
Yeah,
Then
bad?
we sleep on the floor.
Sleep on the floor?
Yeah.
Tell me some more about the jail cell.
And no tally never in the way of the people on the ground.
Same place you sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So when did you come out of jail?
Today.
Huh?
Today.
You come out of jail today?
Yeah.
Okay. Mother? Mother?
Yes, sir.
So your son has been released, right?
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling now?
I feel terrible. I feel like
Good. Now, he has been released. Has he been charged for any crime?
No,
Not charged for anything.
no,
So he was locked up for nothing then.
nothing.
Now, this is the Jamaica that we are living in. This is the Jamaica that we are living in, where you have members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. To be specific, the lottery scam task force officers came to Trelawney, asked the youngster to open the phone. He told him he didn't remember the password, and what they did, they placed him on his your belly, placed him on his belly, told him to hold his ears, for 5 minutes. The 12-year-old guy, right? 5 minutes to have him there. And then when the young man was unable to open his cell phone, they carry him and lock up the 12-year-old into a jail cell in Stuartown, Trelawney. Now, if this is the Jamaica that we are going to live in, I want the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Right Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, and I want the opposition leader, Mr. Mark Golding, the Jamaican for Justice, and everybody, you need to intervene because this cannot continue. It is getting from bad to worse. There are laws in this country, and the police, as well as we as citizens, are to respect it and obey. Alright? Good.
So, all right, my peeps, this is what the law in Jamaica states, and it reads, under Jamaican law, police can detain a minor for reasonable suspicion, but the detention must be brief and for the purpose of investigation. If the police believe the minor has committed a crime or is about to commit one, they can detain them to investigate. But the detention must be as brief as possible. And if the minor is not charged within 24 hours, they should be released in the care of their parents or guardians. Additionally, parents or guardians should be contacted and notified of the arrest and the reason for it. Elaboration: reasonable suspicion. Police officers need reasonable suspicion to stop and question a person, including a minor. This means they have specific, articulable facts that suggest that the minor is involved in criminal activities. Now, as I stated in the most recent one that I spoke about, another juvenile, all of this could have been avoided. Now, if the juvenile knew for sure that he was not involved in any form of lottery scamming, he could have opened the phone. He did not have to, but he could have just opened the phone, show the police them, even though him say him forget the password, which him can't say that and I must so it go as well as I can true. We don't know. But if him did really have the password and him and a scam, him could have just open it and make the police them run through it, go on board them business, and him wouldn't end up and sleep in a cell. But we also have to be reminded of the Jamaica that we are now living in. And the police them are tasked to do what they have to do to clean up our country. We have seen many videos done by school children in a them school uniform and school compound. I show teachers cars. A certain video was done in Mobile. One of them Mobile High School there. And the school boy I show the teacher car. Zoom it up and I laugh off a teacher car. I said, look where a teacher. I go on with right there so. And I said, boy, him a scam. And him a drive. A Mark X. And look where a teacher where I teach him a school. I drive and some of them even a walk foot. We have seen many videos of some little young youth blatantly come out. Some little 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old blatantly come out and say, yo, fully done. We done with school because we are scammer, we are make money and we're good so we don't need no education. Because right now we are make way more money than the teacher we are teach we. So that is the Jamaica that we are now living in. So it would not be strange for a police suspect a 12-year-old for scamming because many of them come out brawling and blatantly and say, yes, we are scam. Why is it that when them put them thing upon social media, the parents don't draw them up on a short leash and take them into hand? But as soon as the police are doing them have to do, for help to protect we and even help to save them from themselves, everybody have a problem with it. Now, as the lawyer say, the laws of the land should be adhered to. So the law say, why, if the police and suspects say a minor involved, then can lock him up under reasonable suspicion for up to 24 hours. So that. So my advice to all parents out there, far and wide, try to educate your sons and daughters about their rights and also what the security forces are legally binded by the law to do under certain circumstances. So if you are stopped by a police and you know to God say you're not guilty and nothing, avoid all of this from happening. Just comply with the police, even if you feel like you're wrong. Because sometimes they will make a mistake. They will have bad judgments sometimes. So just comply with the police to avoid these situations from happening. Now, if you're guilty of something, I understand you resisting because you know you're guilty, so you don't want to go to jail for them find out what you think they may find out. So me get it that way there. But if you don't know say you're not innocent, just comply with the policeman. And then, if you feel like you were wronged after, you have a case. But if you resist, or if you do certain things and then certain things happen to you, you just literally give away your right. So if you notice the demeanor of the lawyer, and he did not make mention once that he might go press charges against the police, file a lawsuit or anything, because he knows the law and he's just pushing a little activism because you don't know the things that he need to make fee money and make a name for himself. So big up yourself, Mr. Lawyer. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in a subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.